Hey guys, Scott Patton here. I got here on Chickamauga Lake, as a lot of you guys know, and I'm always getting messages from guys on Facebook and stuff, with the pictures we post, and everybody's wanting to know how we're catching them and stuff. So I kind of thought, everybody's looking forward to the fall bite, the top water bite that we get down here that Chickamauga is known for fishing the grass, and we catch a lot of big fish down here this time of year, and everybody's wanting to come down there and try to get them a trophy on top waters. It just adds that much more fun to it. So I'm going to kind of give you a rundown about what's kind of happening here on Chickamauga as we speak. Like I said, it's August 28th. And this will be about a 10-day outlook on what a guy should probably be throwing down here in Chickamauga and the baits that I've been throwing as I've been the past few days, and what I'm going to continue to be throwing in the next week to 10 days. So what you're seeing in the lake's really fishing different depending on what end of the lake you're on. Okay, the topwater bite for me has been better going south down towards the dam than it has been going up in the river right now. We're right here at Dayton, Tennessee. It doesn't seem like that topwater bite has really turned on that good in the river part of it. Now I've got a couple places that I've been taking guys to that we can get a big bite early in the morning, and that bite has changed from a week to 2 weeks ago. They were really hitting like a popping bait, Rico pop bar type bait, and they've gotten off that. They're really not reacting to that bait that much anymore. They're wanting a bait that they can chase more, and that's where I've been throwing my Lucky Craft Sammys and my gunfishes and stuff. And I've caught them both ways fishing this bait. Either continuously keep it walking, or walk it and stop it, walk it and stop it. But there's a couple places right around here by Dayton that I've been able to do that for. But the further I go going south towards the dam, that I'm getting better results on that bite. Now, what I'm looking for is looking for fish that are chasing bait. There's some schooling going on. There's not no gigantic schools of fish schooling. I mean, I've probably seen some that I think maybe there might have been 8 to 10 fish in a school, and they're not staying up very long. So you really got to keep your eye out, and it's easy to see these fish on a day where it's not windy. But I'm looking for this kind of activity, and what I'm doing is I make a pass through the whole area. You can kind of drive yourself crazy if you try to chase these schools of fish. Because the time you get one end of the pocket, they're coming up over here. So time you chase them, they're going to come up the other end. So what I usually do, and I tell my guys, we're better off just continuously keep fishing that. If they come up in front of us, of course we're going to throw to them. We've caught them with that, caught them that way when they've come up schooling close to us. But usually your best thing to do, guys, is just keep working the area, go through the whole area. And if you feel confident enough where you can go back through it again, then I do. A lot of times I'll leave it, I'll come back to it. Some of these places I might hit, more than once throughout the day. And some of them I'll just hit it once throughout the day. But that is probably the main pattern that I'm working right now to catch my fish. Getting good quality fish out of them. You're getting some small fish too, but you're getting some good 3.5 pound fish out of these schooling fish. It seems like my big bites, my bites that are like 6 pounds and bigger, they have come in areas where I'm fishing more backwater areas that only maybe 3 to 4 foot deep. I think I'm seeing more gizzard shad in these type of areas. I know when I used to guide on Kentucky Lake, I used to see the same thing this time of year. Those gizzard shad would normally move shallow before your regular shad will. And a lot of those big fish know that. So if you're looking for trying to get a big bite, I probably would go further up on the flats and fish up in there. You're not going to get as many bites, but like I say, you can get that big fish bite. And like I said, if the guys have been out with me this week, some of them, you have seen that. And we may only get 1 or 2 bites, but you're talking about catching a 6 or 7 pound fish. So that's kind of the shallow water bite that I'm using with the walking baits right now. All right, guys. Now there's a couple different colors I've been using. I've been using like a bone color and more of a natural color. It seemed like early in the morning, more your solid colors, your bones and stuff like that have been working better than your translucent colors. And once this, if it stays cloudy all day, though, if it stays cloudy all day, that bone's been working great, okay? And it's just a fantastic color to catch these fish on. And again, like I say, walk it continuously or walk it and stop it, you guys. But early in the morning and on cloudy days, I'd go with your different color bones and stuff like that. Now, if the sun comes out and it's clear, more of a calm day, then I'm gonna go more of my translucent color, okay, more natural colors. On the Sammy and the gunfish has worked real good, especially if you start getting some chop on there, because this bait here, it walks and it spits at the same time. So, like I say, once the sun's out, if it's more calm, I'll go with more of these translucent colors, guys, okay? Now, let's get into the frog fishing, because the frog bite is really just starting to happen. Some of the guys that I talk to a lot, and myself, we've had a few fish blow up on a frog, but it's just starting, and it's something I really expect to continue, and to continue to get better as we go on, and say the next week to 10 days, and even later on in the year. But we'll get back to that later in the season. So right now, I'm catching some fish on a frog, and most of them have been off the grass beds, off from the main lake. It seems, and again, it's really going to depend on what type of day you got, whether it's clear, cloudy, or early in the morning, stuff like that. Now, early in the morning, it seems like more just your standard size. I've been throwing it like a popping frog, so I can walk and make a little noise on it. More of a bluegill color. It's got a white belly. That's been a good color, and of course, black has been good also, okay? I'm walking this bait, stopping it, walking it, and stopping it like that. And I've thrown the big one some. We haven't had a bite on that, but I'm telling you, because of the gizzard shad that's going to be up, up in these mats, a lot of times I'll catch me a big fish on that big frog. So, you may want to, have 2 or 3 different frogs tied on, and experiment as we keep going into fall. Now, another frog that a lot of people overlook is these real small. This is a spro frog right here. This is a real small one. It's probably about 1.5 inches long, but this bait will catch you a lot of fish when they won't hit that bigger frog, especially when you start getting all these this fry shad into these grass beds. Go with a small black one, small white one, because that's really going to match that fry really good in those grass beds. I will, when I start seeing that small bait in those grass beds, right now most of it's out in front of it. That's where your spooks that's where your gunfish and your samies have been producing more bites, because there's not a lot of bait up in the mats yet, but it's starting to happen. Like I said, when the small shad, this year's fry, moves into the grass beds, you guys, I'm telling you what, you go that smaller frog, you'll get bites when they won't hit that bigger bait. All right, now another frog that a lot of guys don't know about, and I've been using this thing for years. We used to catch a lot of fish on it years ago when I got on Kentucky Lake too. And this is a really cool bait. It's a Stanley top toad. Now this is a hollow belly frog. I use different colors in it. I use whites, green pumpkins and stuff like that, bluegill colors, and also black. But this bait here is a fantastic bait, and when they hit this thing, they crush this thing. You can fish this thing like a buzz bait, okay? Or you can pull it, stop it, pull it, and stop it. But most of the time, this type of frog they'll get on earlier in the year. So I'm really expecting that bite to happen real soon. You can fish this thing real good where you can't throw your Sammy up in that patchy grass where you've got some open water, and then you've got patches of grass on top of it where you can't walk that gun or that Sammy. I can throw this frog in there and work it, and I'll draw a lot of bites on it. So this is Stanley top toad. And one thing I will say, you have to watch on this, guys. They sell one got a little bit of lead weight on it, and then one without the lead weight. I really prefer the one with the lead weight. That's the ones I always try to find and buy, because it seems like it keeps that bait down in the grass just a little bit better, and I get better hookups, and the bait makes more noise while I'm rolling it through the grass, where this one seems like it floats just a little bit higher. So hopefully these tips will help you guys out. you guys, this is kind of what's happening on Chickamauga right now. Of course, I've been catching some fish doing some different things. If you go up in the river, if you want to fish up in the river, uh, still throwing like a chatterbait or a jackhammer, and then of course still fishing the Cinco. Not really Ned rigging it, but hooking it Texas style. Has been catching some fish too, but I really have done way better off going towards the main lake, guys, right now. But hopefully this helped you guys out. You guys, I appreciate you watching. Make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate that a bunch too. Follow along. If you got any questions, just leave them down in the comments, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. We got some fantastic fishing getting ready to happen for the rest of the fall down in Chickamauga. You guys come down and see us. We're right here in Dayton, Tennessee, and I'm telling you, it's getting ready. It's getting ready to be a lot of fun. We just got a little bit of summer we got to deal with right now. But you guys subscribe, and we'll catch you on the water. Thanks, guys.